Live.
Okay, action. So thank you guys for coming. I am going to go over doing a wellness profile. How many of you have done one before, like yourself, or done one with somebody? Okay, cool. We got a few people. The wellness profile, first to start, just to explain a little bit how I look at it, is it's more like a conversation than it is like I'm gonna sit here and ask all these questions. And it really does depend on the person. So I can't really teach you all the many ways there is to do a wellness profile, because when you're sitting with somebody who wants more of a conversation, you gotta feel that out. Or if you're sitting with somebody who's a little more serious and wants you to ask serious questions, you gotta feel that out. So it's really the person. Also, some of my standards for a wellness profile, I never schedule one when I'm working the bar. It's too complicated to work with people and try to ask questions. However, that doesn't mean that if somebody comes in and I'm not busy and they want one right away, I won't do a quick 10-15 minute, ask them their goals, and then give them some advice on products and things like that. So it just depends on if you're scheduling it. If they have 20 minutes to a half an hour, you gotta feel them out. So I'll just start with my person who comes into the bar and they start looking around and asking questions. First, I tell them very quickly that they can do Herbalife at home. It's super simple, it's easy, it's convenient, and just based on their goals, I can help them create a plan. I never ever give them a plan before they purchase products. First of all, the reason being is, number one, your time is valuable and you want to create value, and value comes from them purchasing the products because that's how you get paid. If you take a lot of time to create them a meal plan and then they never order, that's time you've just wasted. So for me, one of my standards is that they need to order products before I'll create them a meal plan. I'll always meet with them and give them suggestions, but then at the end, which I'll model for you guys, I say to them, once you order your product plan, I will create you a meal plan based on what you order, because there's a lot of options. I mean, I could tell them that they need to order formula 1, 2, 3, and they only order the shake. Well, then I just did a whole meal plan that had multivitamin cell activator too. It's just to spend time that way. Another one of my, I guess I'm gonna call it like a rule for myself, is I never reschedule with somebody twice. So if I schedule with somebody and they don't show up, I give them the benefit of the doubt, no problem. If they stand me up a second time, I don't reach out. It's not for me. I'm not gonna chase somebody. They will eventually come to you. You can be kind, but essentially it's like you're protecting your time. I don't want somebody to show me up 3 or 4 times while I'm spending my time waiting for them. And that actually just gives you a hint of how they're going to be on the products too. Yeah. If they can't even show up for a meeting with you, how are they going to be able to be consistent? And when they spend $200 to $300 with you, you don't want their products to sit on a shelf doing nothing. That does us a disservice. So that's why you want to set them up successfully. So if somebody comes into the club, they ask about our products, I will tell them they can do it from home. I'll ask them, what are your goals? I'm not writing anything down. Now I want to build muscle. That's awesome. We have great muscle building products. I would love to sit down with you and do a wellness profile. If you have time, we can schedule it together, or we can hop on a call. What's more convenient for you? I don't do many through text anymore. That was like COVID. I don't really do that anymore. Most of it is Zoom, phone call, or face-to-face. Face-to-face really is the best. And especially if you can do it at the nutrition club, because you have the opportunity to sample. You guys that work out of Mid-Mitten, you can work with Brandon on cost of your products. For me and Carson, if Mia were to bring somebody in and make them a shake, she's just gonna pay for the cost of the product. So I would work with her, if she gives somebody samples of 3 different shakes, we would work on what is the cost of that product, and you're just gonna pay for the product. It's not really a shake. I never make somebody a full-blown s'mores looking shake. It's always 2 scoops, either shake it or blend it with some ice, but I ask them, how would you do this at home? Are you somebody who would shake it, or are you somebody who has time in the morning to blend? A lot of people don't really have time to blend, so if you don't ask them and you go blend them a shake and then they drink it, they don't know how to comprehend that in their mind, that every morning for 10 minutes, especially adding things like syrups and creamies, that just takes a lot of time. and you want somebody to have it quick and convenient, so I always show them how to do it without all of that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go over like how I would do a wellness profile. This right here, for those of you here at Mid-Mitten, is inside the office. It's got all these great sheets in it. So Brandon's printed all these blank ones. I suggest you get your own folder and leave it here. At Carson, all the coaches have their own folders so that when they fill one out, they stick it in their folder, and then it's here for when they do check-ins with clients. When I schedule a wellness profile with them, I always do the scheduling of a time that's convenient for both of us, obviously. And then I show up a little bit early. I get the wellness profile sheet ready. If I'm working the bar and it butts up to my shift, like let's say I'm done with my shift at 1 and I meet with them at 1 and they come in 10 minutes early, which I love. It's like, oh, you're gonna be early, great. I might give them this sheet and ask them to fill out the top part for me while they're waiting for me. Because again, I used to be better at multitasking, but I feel like when you're multitasking, you're half doing things. So I would rather have them go sit down, fill this out, ask if they need anything to drink, etc. So the top part of this, you guys, is stuff that they can fill out themselves. The coach, today's date, their name, phone number, gender, age. You want all of those things because if you do a Tanita scan, a wellness, one of the scans with the
Arbeleaf scale?
Yep, the Arbeleaf. You'll need to know their age, their gender, their birthday, and it's just easier for you to do that. That way you can just take this in. You don't have to ask them again. But let's say that they're right on time, I'm ready for them, and I'm sitting down waiting. I'm actually gonna be the one filling it out because that's where the conversation comes in. So you can hand it to them if you're waiting for them and just ask them to fill out as much as they can. And then you can sit down and go over it with them, or you can be the one with the pen in your hand. So like I'm gonna write my name at the top, today's date, their first name, last name, phone number, obviously gender, age. I'm gonna ask them their birthday. I don't need their email for the most part. I don't really need their address unless they want me to direct ship. I can do that later. Then I'm gonna ask them, what are your wellness goals? What are your health goals? You don't wanna ask them like, how much weight do you wanna lose? Some people aren't even thinking that, and then you just put it in their head. So what are your wellness goals? What are your health goals? And this is actually also available for you guys on your My Herbalife, this whole thing. Brandon just made it so it has like the Mid-Mitten on top, but this copy is available on My Herbalife. So you ask them, what are your wellness goals? So they start to tell you, either they wanna lose, 50 pounds, I wanna lose 10 pounds, I wanna gain 5 pounds of muscle, I wanna feel better for my kids, I want less inflammation, whatever it is, you just write it down. Okay, so you're listening to them, you write it down. Then you say, great, it doesn't matter what they say, great. What is your current weight? Do you know your current weight? Some people don't know it, and you say, no problem, we're gonna go ahead and go on the scale. We're gonna see what your weight is, your current weight. Some people know it, and you can just write it down. You don't have to do that scale with everyone. Again, I would do the scale with them after they order product. It's a little bit of a process to do the scale. But if they don't know their weight, go in there with the scale because then they have no idea their body fat percentage, they just don't know. Someone who knows their weight, I'm pretty sure that they've done the scale. Like they know what they need to work on.
So you do it right then, like in the middle of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, I'll just say, let's go grab your weight. Let's just go ahead and get on that and we can do all the things. Then I ask them, what is your goal weight? What would you like to weigh, or I also say, or what's your size? Because some people don't have a goal weight, but they want to be like a size medium or something like that. You guys. So current weight, what's your goal weight? You ask them how tall they are. That actually will happen when you go put them on the Tanita too, or on the Arbeleaf scale. Like if they don't have their current weight, you could take them in there, put them on the scale. Right then you'd ask them your height. Does everybody know when I say Arbeleaf what that means? Does anyone not? It's okay if you don't know. So the Arbeleaf scale in there, it's actually not very expensive. They're like 30, 40 bucks on Amazon, but there's an app you can use, and when they get on the scale, they take their socks and shoes off, and it has the electrodes that go through their body, and it moves a different speed through fat as it does muscle. So that's how it reads, like how much body fat they have, how much muscle. Also will tell you their body age, all the things. It's really great. And you can download the app for free on your phone, and you can do yourself, and then you can add people into it. So I have a whole running list of people that I've had, and it tracks them over time. It's really nice. So like, if I did myself, I could do it every week, or if you have a client, you could do them weekly too. I don't normally do the whole gamut every week unless they're struggling with the results, because then you might want to see if they're actually gaining muscle and they're losing body fat versus losing weight. So it's another measurement of progress. Also, hint, if they know their current weight and you're just gonna keep on going and maybe you don't get on the Arbo, but towards the end, you're seeing that they're a little resistant to product, you may wanna offer them to get on the Arbo leaf so they can see their body age. Because if they're feeling a little resistant, they really don't have any idea their BMI, their body fat, their body age. That will also get them to go, wait a minute, my body age is 55 and I'm 20. That's not good. And then you can say, well, that's something these products help with, because we need to get your BMI down. So feel that person out. You just gotta feel them out. So you ask them, how much weight do you want to lose or gain in pounds, or what size do you want to be? What are other programs or products you've tried before? This is important because you want to understand what hasn't worked and what has, so that you can help build a program. So if somebody tells me, well, when I did Weight Watchers, it really worked for me, but I did not like keto. Well, to me, Weight Watchers means they weighed in weekly, so accountability is important. They had a point system, which means that they knew their calorie intake, which is great for Herbalife. So those are 2 wins for me, because I can check in with them. And if you guys don't know much about, I only know a little bit about the point system with Weight Watchers. It's different now, but when I first started, 1 point equaled 100 calories. So if somebody was on a 12-point program, it meant 1,200 calories. Now it's totally different, so I don't know the scale, but I just know they do the same thing. They restrict based on calories. So if I know that they've done well at that, but keto they did not, I will ask them, what did you love about keto? Well, I didn't get results, or I felt really sick, or I didn't have any energy, which now we can be like, oh, we have the ketones, that'll give you energy. So you're really listening through all of this. Your brain has to go to, what Herbalife product can I offer? And it's like, you're a problem solver, you're a detective. You don't do it right away, but you make mental notes. Down here at the bottom, there's a little section for notes. You don't have to use this wellness profile, by the way, but it's nice. Down here, you can just write some notes like, oh, they just told me they had low energy, total control, new ketones. Like, I'll just make some notes, and I tell them, I'm just gonna make some notes. And so you can make some notes on what products would be good for them. And that's what you're doing this whole profile. So it asks you, what results have you experienced? Again, you're listening for, what did they do well, what didn't they? Now you ask, do you eat 3 meals a day? If they say no, what meal do you skip? It's usually breakfast. Great. In your mind, what are you thinking? Shake. It's super easy. They just shake it and go. So that's just in your mind, Herbalife shake. If they say yes, they do eat 3 meals a day, great. What did you eat yesterday? You always ask them yesterday, because this one on the back asks them, like, what's your daily, like, what does it look like daily? Not a lot of people have the same things that they eat. If you ask them what they ate yesterday, they can think on it, and it doesn't give them time to, like, make the best day up in their head. Like, oh, I usually have carrots for a snack, or, it gives them like, oh shoot, I ate chips yesterday, and you gotta get your face to, like, not react, right? Because if they're like, well, I had McDonald's in the morning, but then I had some carrot sticks and celery, just okay, and just go with it. Because if your face, like, starts to look like, ooh, McDonald's, then they're not gonna tell you. Or if it's like carrots and celery and you get excited, they're gonna be like, ooh, they want more of this. They're watching for your reactions too. You gotta be super, like, neutral with them. Asking you if they snack. A lot of people say no, because they think snacking is bad. So do you snack? Okay, if you do, what time of day? Again, this is all on your wellness profile. You don't have to worry about memorizing it. How much water do you drink? Do you drink anything else besides water? And there's a list here so you can jog their memory. Do you drink any tea, juice, soda, alcohol, coffee, energy drinks, other things? This asks them how many times a week do you eat out? This is for you to set up in your head how you can help them with the cost of Herbalife. Because a lot of people don't understand how many times a week that they're eating out or grabbing an energy drink from the gas station, and while they're there, they're grabbing a snack, and maybe they're grabbing that protein bar that's $2.99, you know, so they're spending $10 at the gas station a day. So you ask them, how many times do you eat out? Where do you go? Because then you want to see what are their favorite foods. What do they choose? Like, oh, I always go to, you know, Qdoba. Okay, great. Now I know that when I'm helping to guide them with their meals, I know that they like some healthy stuff because Qdoba has the rice bowls and things like that. If they like Italian, okay, I can help them understand how to make things without having all the pasta. You're always just in your head thinking, what's the best way I can coach them? To meet them where they're at. Because if you try to change somebody's entire meal plan, they're gonna freak out on you and not do it. You gotta meet somebody where they're at and give them that just amount of, you can do it, but not push them away. Where's your energy level on a scale of 1 to 10? I like to ask this question, and I just ask them like on a daily, what is it in the morning? What is it in the afternoon? Because a lot of people have the afternoon crash, probably from what they're eating, which goes to the back when you ask them, what do you usually eat for breakfast? So if you've already done the what did you eat yesterday, now you can go into, well, what's your usual? Do you normally eat breakfast? Is it normally like the bagel? Do you know, sometimes have just let them answer. But what you're doing here is you're actually gonna try to figure out how much protein that they're having a day. A lot of people only have like 20 to 30 grams of protein. They think like, okay, for breakfast I had a bowl of cereal and a bagel. Not a lot of protein. And you don't have to know protein right off the top of your head. You just have to know something about protein. So that has almost no protein in it, unless they're eating a protein cereal, which has max 10 grams of protein. Lunch, I had a turkey sandwich. Well, think about a turkey sandwich normally. 3 little thin slices of turkey, or even 6. You're getting 15, 20 grams of protein. So at the bottom of this, it has where you can write the protein number. So it has like breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, evening. So I just go across and I say, okay, what did you eat for breakfast? About what time was that? And then how did you feel? Did you have a snack in the morning? No, I didn't. Okay, you just cross it. Oh, babe, would you answer this? It's Ethan. Will you tell him I promise I'll call back? I've been waiting 2 days to hear from my son. And he just had a baby. I know. So, of course he was. And then for lunch, I asked them what they ate for lunch, what they ate for snack, dinner, and then what did they have like late night. And then you're gonna kind of add up their protein. If you struggle with this part, it's okay, don't worry. The best thing for you to do is to, I'm gonna write myself a note, because in the chat I can add this in there. My nutrition guide or plan that I give everybody has on it. So I have a couple of different ones I have on my computer, but every single one, I have a snack list, and then I have a list of like protein, carbs, veggies, fats. It's a meal plan essentially. But if you just look at that sheet or have it printed as a cheat sheet, essentially anything on there has the protein number right next to it. So I will add that into our chat. Protein.
Is that on my Herbalife? Isn't there one on my Herbalife?
So this one is not on my Herbalife. This is one we used to use when we did the BTCs, the body transformation challenges, and they had the level 10 plan. The level 10 plan was like, eat out of categories A and D. Yeah. And so you would just look at that, and A was your protein, D was essentially your fibrous carbs, which is veggies, green veggies. And that was a level 10 plan to get you to your best results in 9 weeks. It was a lower carb, high protein, really hit it with some Herbalife shakes in the middle. So you weren't meal replacing with this one. You were doing 4 small meals and 2 shakes. But it's good because if you have it in front of you, you can it'll guide you about how much protein they're having a day. So protein numbers in chat. This kind of repeats the same thing, like how much water essentially, so you don't have to do any of that. Now this is where the magic is, because You gotta look at what they are doing and decide what you're going to suggest for them. One, somebody who doesn't eat breakfast is gonna be a shake. Or if their breakfast, lunch, or dinner is crappy, or if they skip one of the meals, or if they tell me I eat really late and then I don't know what to eat when I get home and I tend to gorge. All those things I can suggest a shake, because the shake will fill you up. And some people are a little skeptical, which is when I will ask them. So once I give a little bit of my suggestions, and I'll go back to suggestions because there's a few more, I will ask them, have you ever had a shake before? Now I won't ask them if I obviously know they've come into the club. But some people I meet that are just out there, they're on my social media, they maybe have never tried one. And maybe they're just taking an invitation in my wellness profile on my social media. So if they've came into the nutrition club, I'm gonna ask them, what's your favorite shake that you've had here? If they say to me like blueberry pancake, I'm gonna make them, first I would say to them, blueberry pancake, awesome. That one requires you to blend, because you need to have blueberries. Do you think you'll blend in the morning? If they say, not really, I'll say, okay, great. Let's look at the catalog and I'm gonna have you pick one of these shake flavors. And do we have?
Yes.
I know, but does Herbalife make catalogs anymore? I don't think they do. I was gonna
They-
say,
I saw some
You
yesterday.
can buy them single, they don't have them in the bulk
In the
anymore,
bulk
'cause when
anymore.
I had to order them for
so
here,
you might wanna
they
buy
have
one
singular.
singularly for yourself and not give it to them.
I think they might be coming out with new ones.
Cause they're revamping it right now. I tried to
Okay.
buy them yesterday, they have none right now.
Okay, so you can actually, there's a, how many of you have it on, like, your, have it saved?
The PDF,
Any of you, the, product catalog?
yeah, I couldn't find it yesterday.
Well, I have it, so I'll just put that also in the chat.
Perfect.
Perfect catalog, or product catalog, okay. So when you pull up the product catalog, oh, this is product videos, that's not what I wanna do. I know I have the catalog, product catalog right there. So when you pull up the product catalog on your phone, and you can send this to them as well, you'll wanna flip to the page that has the, all the different options of shake. So this is the product catalog on there, it's really nice. But you can go to this page, yep. And, sorry, that one's not it. That one is, if you do multi-burn as a, oh, there we go. So I tell them, these are all of the shake flavors that I have. Pick one that you would really love, okay? So let's say they pick banana caramel. Great, I'm gonna make that for you, but I'm gonna make it shaken over ice so you can see what it's like at home. And I will actually have them follow me so they can see what I do. So that when I'm picking up the PDM, I'm saying this is protein drink mix. We use this instead of milk. You can try it with milk if you want it at home. It's not my favorite. That's what I tell them. It's just not my favorite. I drank it with milk and I don't really love it. And maybe at that point they're like, well, I don't, I do lactose-free milk. Great, you could try it. So in my mind, I'm thinking if they love this shake, when they leave here today, I'm giving them 2 scoops of banana caramel to take home and try it in their milk base or whatever to see, so they can compare. Because the PDM makes it so much better and they're gonna know that. Now, if they go home and they put their 2 scoops of milk and they're like, actually, it was really great, I liked it. Great, now you can sell them some other things because they're not spending as much on the PDM. So it's a win-win for you, really, to get them to try it. Because they feel like you're saving them money, but in the long run, you can get them more product and that'll get them better results. So I'll go back there, I'll take it, I'll make them a shake for them, and then we'll come back to the table and we'll talk about options. Okay, I kind of skipped ahead because we're still working within this. And when I think, okay, this is where I would suggest this. So I'm gonna look at their protein number and then I'm gonna decide what products can I help them fill their gaps. This is what they usually are. I can't promise you it's all this because someone might eat perfect, but it's usually a shake. It's usually Bev mix because it's low calorie, high protein, because most people are lacking protein. If it's energy, total control, because I could recommend, and I would love to get everybody on multivitamin cell activator, but the reality is I need to get them something in their mouths that is going to create instant, they feel better. Because they need to have an instant, like, feel better, I'm doing better, and they'll trust you, and then you can insert those other products that take a little longer. Like for me, the multivitamin probably would take a little longer for someone to realize that this is doing me good. A total control, you just take one and you know how you feel. So I would recommend, I'll just be writing this down, like letting them know, this is how, you know, you're low energy here, Total Control is an amazing product. Always have your product catalog up so that you can show them. So you'll talk about, this is the healthy meal shake, I'm gonna sample that out to you before you leave, we'll pick you a flavor, and it's mixed with PDM, and I'll explain all of that. Another thing I noticed, you have super low energy, Total Control is an amazing product. It'll help you with your snacking, you know, all those salty cravings, and it'll also help you with energy. And it's easy, it's a tablet, you just swallow it, it's great. And they say, I don't like tablets. Great, we have tea. And if they don't like tea, shoot it. I tell them, I just shoot it. Right before you guys got here, I just shot a tea shot. I was like, I'm just gonna shoot it. So you can just take in a little bit of water and shoot it down, you feel great. Also, multi-burn, that's a new one. If somebody's saying to me like, well, I've been considering the GLP-1 or I've been considering the shot, well, that tells me right there I need to talk to them about multi-burn because that helps your natural GLP-1s. You just gotta ask a lot of questions, and then obviously it sounds a little overwhelming because I know a lot about product. Well, think about this, I've been doing it 16 years. That's why I know a lot. The more you guys practice, the more trainings you go to, you'll know more. So that's why if you're brand new and you need to do a wellness profile, get Brandon or I to help you with it. That's no problem. We can be right there, and actually, if you don't mind, we can say, you can just set your person up and say, I'm a little newer at this, I'm gonna have my coach come, and we're gonna do it together, because this is the way I learn best. And we can help you with it. We can help make suggestions to that person. Some people go through the entire product category, or catalog. I don't. People are like busy, and they want it done in like 30 minutes. Now, your older people, they might schedule an hour and want to ask you a ton of questions. It's okay. I always schedule an hour for everybody because maybe they have an extra question. But if it's somebody I know that talks fast and tells me I only have 30 minutes, great. I'll know in 30 minutes I need to get my point across to them. Other things that that you might consider offering them right from the beginning is anything with the protein, anything that'll give them energy right away, which is the tea, the Total Control, and the multi-burn. If you found out that they have an iced coffee every day from Big B, you're gonna talk to them about iced coffee, and then you go with samples. So again, you don't have to go through everything. I might, so depending on the person, let's say I have like 10 more minutes. I might say to them, the Herbalife product catalog has a lot of different options for you. I want you to look through it because maybe you're dealing with stress or sleep or women's health, or you want better skincare products. Like, we have it all. So as you're looking through the product category catalog, ask me any questions. And I have stuff for you to sample. And I just tell them, if you guys don't have it at home, reach out to Brandon or I. We can get you a sample for your customer. Like, even if it's a shampoo and conditioner. Like, we use it all, so we can help you get samples. The more people sample it, the better it is. And when you guys start making money, then you can buy the product and then you can have your own supply. Because we had to start somewhere too. I didn't have all this when I started. I didn't have a lot of money to buy all this. It was just like, whatever I had on stock is what I sampled to people. And it was cafe latte, which I don't even drink that anymore. So then, once you give them a sample, okay, of the shake, and you come back and they drink it, gotta make sure they love it. If they don't love it, okay, let's try you a couple different flavors. Like, pick a couple different ones out of here and you're gonna go home and you're gonna try it. Most people love it. Just make sure you do it well. Make sure you shake it really good. Make sure you pour it over the ice. I let them know that I don't drink it over ice. I just shake it and drink because I want them to know that they can do it. Like, it's a lifestyle thing. It's gonna get them results. They don't have to make it fancy. I just say, I just shake it and drink it. I don't even care if there's chunks in it anymore because I lost 65 pounds and it works. That's why I really love it. So if you can talk with confidence to them and tell them, I know how it makes me feel, even if you haven't lost weight, just say, I know how it makes me feel amazing. And then you could just try to get that confidence instilled in them that they can get a great product result. You also have to kind of sell yourself. So you let them know, you set them up like they're gonna buy. You say, now when you go home and you try these, you're gonna pick your favorite flavor and that's what I'm gonna start you with. And then if your budget can afford it, I'd love to have you get started on Total Control, multi-burn, whatever it is you decided. I go max 2 products with somebody. Lisa would tell you she would sell them a whole ultimate program. Well, that's Lisa, 20 some years in the business. I'm 16 years, I still don't do a whole ultimate. I feel like people, when they start to feel like I'm trying to sell them a bunch of stuff, they back away very quickly. I personally like to get them a couple of things, get them going on the program, get them some results, they trust me, then I add things in. Perfect example is Amber Cazette. My girl is down 100 pounds. She really was very skeptical at the beginning, started her slow. Now she's the first person that bought the Bionic from me. She just trusts me now because she feels so good afterwards. So she knows and she trusts me. She's a long-time customer. If you're looking for something like quick money quick, maybe don't do it my way, because I'm looking for long-term customers that are going to trust me and keep buying from me. And even when they're not getting results, because Amber struggled through a period of time, she's still going to trust me. And that wasn't Herbalife, that was her. See, people like to blame Herbalife, but you got to help them understand that what they're doing on the outside of it is affecting them too. Like their snacks, or them not getting enough movement, or not getting enough water. And you got to be gentle with that. So I always tell myself, I say, once you're ready to order, I'm going to create you a product plan based on your order, and it's going to tell you exactly what to do. It's going to be laid out so it's super simple, and they get excited about that. I'm going to check in with you tomorrow. I'm going to have you try that shake. I'm going to check in with you tomorrow and see how you feel. And then you just check in with them. Some people, most people that walk away from me after that wellness profile do not buy right away. They like the feeling of going home and trying it. Some people say, I want to do it right now. You could, so if you're like, you know what, I want to get to the next level, you could offer and say, I also have a 24-hour deal that I'm doing right now. If you order within the next 24 hours, you get a free shaker cup, or you get, you know, like you could just throw things in there if that's your style. Me, I'm just trusting the process. Have I paid for a lot of samples that have went out and people haven't ordered? Yeah, I have done that. But I also have had a ton of people who have stayed with me, and that's really stuck with them, that I'm willing to invest $5 for them to take home some products so they can try it and know they really love it before they spend their hard-earned money on it. So at the end of it, I can ask them, would you like to order something today? I mean, it's all based on how you're feeling with that person. Some people are super excited. I think the lady that Ryan and I met with was like, what, can I get started? Like, how can I order? I mean, then you don't have to be like, well, go ahead and try before you do it. You can say, well, if you really love the banana caramel, we can get that ordered right away. And your next one you order could be that strawberry cheesecake you're taking home. And then you want to check in with them. So very next day, right away in the morning, you want to message and ask them how they did with the shake. Again, if they're flaky, that's showing you what kind of client they're going to be, and that's going to be harder. Maybe they're just not for you. You know, you're welcome to keep chasing for a little bit. But for me, I always try to feel them out, and if I feel like they're going to be flaky, I'm not going to give them 3 different samples. I'll give them 1. If I feel like they're serious and they've told me, I have a serious goal, I want to lose 50 pounds, I'm serious about this, I want to do it, great, I'm going to give you 3 different samples. Because if you're going to do shakes twice a day, some people are going to do shakes twice a day. If you're going to do it twice a day, then you're going to need to order, your 30-day plan. Okay, how to understand if they need twice a day or once a day or whatnot. So I normally start with how their goal looks. If they want to lose their 20 to plus pounds, whether it's 20, 100, 200, whatever it might be, I am going to let them know the fastest way to do that is to replace 2 meals with an Herbalife shake. It's just the fastest, easiest, most convenient way to do it. And then just shut my mouth and see what they say. If they're like, oh, that's gonna be really hard drinking shakes twice a day, well then let's just start you with 1. Let's at least start you with breakfast shake so that you can get it in and feel really good. And if we can keep your calories down throughout the day and your protein up without using that second shake, then great. You'll get some results. They just won't be as fast. I'm just straight out with them that the fastest way for them to lose that weight is to replace twice a day. They don't have to do it forever. A lot of people ask that question too. They're like, well, do I have to do this forever? No, but you'll probably want to drink your Herbalife shake for breakfast forever because it makes you feel so good. You're not bloated, you get all your vitamins and minerals. And then I explain to them, when I'm at my goal weight, I only do it once a day. And you can be real with them. So if you don't have any weight to lose, then you're just telling them, I'm at my goal, I want to do it once a day. Or Trey, if you're building muscle, I'm at my goal, but I'm building muscle, so I actually use mine 3 times a day. I don't use it the same way that you do. And just be straight with them. Right now, I'm telling people I'm back to 2 times a day because I have a little weight that I need to lose. And that's what I love about Herbalife, because I always have a solution. Even if I go crazy and I have a lot of fun, go on vacation to Hawaii, you know, and just have a bunch of fun on Hawaii, I know I can come back and drink my two shakes a day and lose the weight. And so that gets people in their minds like, oh, okay, if I just do this for 30 days. And I also will say to them, try it for 30 days. See what kind of results you can get in 30 days by doing it. And I also give them the belief that if they drink 2 shakes a day, follow my plan that I give them, and drink their water, and they're not cheating, they're serious about it, they are gonna lose 5 to 10 pounds the first month. They just are. But they've gotta make the deal that they're gonna do that, and it's every single day. If they have a weekend where they go off the rails, I can't promise you that. If once a week you go out and do a cheat meal, I can't promise you that, because you're on a weight loss plan right now. You know, you're not on weight maintenance. Like somebody who's on a weight maintenance plan can go have their cheat, you know, meal once a week right now. Once their metabolism gets going, they can go out once a week and have that and still lose. At the beginning, you gotta kind of set their belief up, but also let them know the expectations. I also tell them that typically people will lose a half a pound to a pound a week. They won't lose, you know, 5 pounds in 1 week. It's possible, but they probably won't. So that's why I say 5 to 10 pounds is a normal loss. For some people, it's 3. It's just 3 pounds, that's it. A really cool thing about the Arboleaf scale as well that it shows you on there is it shows you your resting metabolic rate, which is really important for people to understand when they're on a plan. That's why if you don't do it right away with them, you need to do it before you get them set up on their nutrition plan, because you've got to understand what calories they need to lose weight. If they're just maintaining weight or gaining weight, you still need to know it. So what's cool is when you do the Arboleaf scale, it tells you their resting metabolic rate. So for example, I'm gonna pull somebody up. The only thing I don't love about Arboleaf, by the way, is they don't alphabetize your clients.
That would be nice.
Oh my gosh, so you're just
That would be
scrolling and scrolling and scrolling for people.
Send them an update.
But let's say, I'm gonna choose Erica. So Erica came to me 242.6 pounds. I can click on her, oops, I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like. Click on Erica.
Is there a max number of people you can do on Herbalife?
I haven't had anything like that happen.
See, I will say, I was gonna ask you about that. Do you have the paid subscription, like any pay? Because I ran into that. I've had to delete some
Max,
people.
me too.
Like, I've had to do
How
that.
many? Cause I'm scrolling.
Did, like,
Probably
maybe 10?
Mine feels like
10?
30. Mine feels
8,
like
10?
30.
No, I have a lot.
I don't
of
know,
people
maybe
like-
not. I don't know. Mine's,
I
yeah.
got like 60 probably at least.
I've never gone that far.
We
Like,
need
I
your
don't know,
help,
like,
babe.
yeah.
You need your Herbalife scale.
I probably have a grandfathered in or something.
She probably pays
loyal
for it, she
customer.
doesn't know.
Right?
I hope not. I might need rocket money.
Rocket
tell me.
money. Oh my gosh, the ad.
The ad.
I might need it.
You're lying.
Okay, I need to get to where it
How many
shows me
Netflix accounts
her
do you have?
Right.
trends.
2 subscriptions. You're lying.
Let's do this.
You have 20.
What is it gonna show?
Like
me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Those
7, 8,
TikToks are
9,
so
10, 11,
staged.
12, 13. Okay, maybe 14 to 15. Okay, I lied, but
I know, but
Mine's
that's
24.
still not, that's still more than,
yeah.
oh gosh. I'm sorry guys, hold on a second. I need to find a good person to use. Julia? Maybe hers is on there. Click. Okay, cool. So this is what it looks like when people get off the scale, right? So it has all these different numbers on it. I don't go through all of those numbers. I like to do body fat percentage because that one will change when they're gaining muscle. The muscle mass, I like to do that one because you don't want that number to go down. If that's going down, that means they're not getting enough protein. The BMR, that's the basal metabolic rate. That's the number you need. And then their visceral fat is another one that, like, if they're over 10, that's dangerous. And you can explain to them that your visceral fat is the fat around your organs. Even people who are thin, this girl's 195 pounds, her visceral fat's 12. So like she's, the more visceral fat you have, the more susceptible you are to heart disease, heart attack. It's choking your organs. So organ failure, things like that. Basal metabolic rate. This is something that is not in your profile, okay? So you gotta think of it this way. If somebody wants to lose weight, it's 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. So if I wanna lose 1 pound, I have to cut 3,500 calories. If I divide that by 7 days a week, so I know how many calories I need to cut a day, it's 500. So someone has to be in a calorie deficient, at least 500 calories from their rate, their basal metabolic rate, to lose 1 pound a week. And I have clients who are at 1,400 calories for their basal metabolic rate. They're smaller, they're shorter, they don't have a lot of muscle. So if they have 1,400 calories they burn and I subtract 500, that puts them at a 900 calorie diet. That is way dangerous. You cannot do that with somebody. You shouldn't go under, I mean, a shorter person could probably be at 1,100 and be okay. But if you're following the rule that I follow, which for every 100 calories you eat, you should have 10 grams of protein. If you're eating 1,100 calories, that's 110 grams of protein. That's sufficient for you. That's good. But some people don't follow that. So they might eat, 1,100 calories, but only have 40 grams of protein. That's not gonna help their goal. So this is things that you need to teach people and walk them through when you're doing this is after the profile, by the way. I don't do this during the profile. Profile is just get them the product, have them taste it, let them know. I will walk them through all of that. I also have all this stuff is on my website, by the way, you guys. So if you're part of the team, you have access to the website. You just need to send me your Gmail. The website has all of these things, the tracker, the nutrition. I send them a nutrition guide that's called what is that called? It's called Crash Course in Nutrition. It's essentially everything I teach in like a 12-week nutrition class in just a crash course. It's like 5 pages. Tells them about protein, carbs, fats, how much water they should be drinking. It tells them about the 500 calorie thing and the 3,500. But when you talk to somebody, you have to help them understand that subtracting 500 would be dangerous for them. I don't want to bring them to that. They need to eat at least 1,100, which means I'm only subtracting between 14 and 11. I'm only subtracting 300. So by the end of the week, that's 2,100 calories. It's not 3,500. It's about half, a little over half. So their expected weight loss is about half a pound. And some people are like, half a pound, well, how do I make that more? Well, you can work out, because if you work out, you're gonna burn calories, right? That burns a little bit more. You can also eat more protein, which will gain lean muscle, which will make your metabolic rate go up. That's why bigger people lose weight faster. They actually have more muscle and their metabolic rate is higher. So if they hit 1,200 calories and their rate's 2,000 and they're hitting 1,200, that's 800 calories that they are burning a day. That's why they can lose 1.5 pounds. It's not perfect. Some people do lose 5 pounds in a week, but it's water weight. It's not real fat weight that they're losing. And that equals the 3,500 calories. So that's something you have to also help them understand if you want to be a great coach, is taking their basal metabolic rate, understanding someone at 1,600, which Julia is. If I subtracted 500, that's 1,100 calories. That's not a lot of calories. So helping her understand every time you eat, you have to get protein because it's going to keep you full. Because 1,100 calories is a McDonald's combo value meal. That's what it is. Or it's salad with chicken and it's 2 Herbalife shakes and it's, a beverage mix snack and it's a yogurt with some almonds, and you can see how much food they can actually eat of the healthy stuff versus, well, if you go to McDonald's, you're crashing out already, because that's your whole plan right there. Or even if you go to Texas Roadhouse and get a salad there, those are like 1,600 calories. So it's crazy the amount of calories sometimes hidden in things, and you just set them up for that. And this can happen all through coaching. So it doesn't have to happen right away, it's just all through the coaching. But helping them understand their basal metabolic rate is important, because it helps them keep on track and understand if I overeat, I'm not gonna lose weight. No matter if I do 2 Herbalife shakes, 2 snacks. Now, you can also set them up with, you can do 2 shakes, 2 snacks, and eat what your family eats for dinner. Just watch your portions. Just let it, I mean, don't go too hard on them and tell them it can't have anything like that. If you wanna eat pizza, great, but you need to have some veggies with that pizza, because you should really only have 1 slice. I mean, it's 300 calories per slice of pizza, it's just the reality. But through time, you'll be able to teach them that they can do thin crust, they can do light cheese, extra sauce, all those cut, yes, and they cut calories. Or make your own pizza with chicken crust. You know, and just let them know that you're there to help them. And if you guys have never considered doing a nutrition class with your people, this is where I've learned the most to be able to teach it to people. I do nutrition classes, and you could team up with each other to do nutrition classes. I have a lot of material I can share with you if you're interested. And you teach a class every single week. You can start with protein, you can do carbs, and you have your people come in and you just teach them every week. And it could be the time that they weigh in too. I do my nutrition classes on Wednesday nights, because it's easy for me to go from cardio drumming just to teach the class. Or I was doing Tuesday nights right after I closed. And I would have 10 to 15 people join. They don't have to be doing Herbalife. Most of them get on Herbalife, because I talk to them about a product every single week. I tell them, and I give them a little bit of samples. But that's something you can build up to too. And if you guys are interested in seeing any of that, when my class starts, I'd invite you out. I know I'm all the way in Carson City, but it's good to like see how we do it. It's simple. I don't have to know a lot, especially with ChatGPT now. You literally can say, build me a class on protein, you know, and have it be very engaging, and I want to ask questions, and it needs to be 20 minutes long, and it'll just build it for you.
You do that every single week?
The nutrition class? Not through the summer.
Okay.
Because summertime people flake out.
Yeah.
They're just flaky. Right now I'm doing an accountability. So my people paid, they normally pay $25 for the challenge. $5 goes to me I print off the crash course. I have a few samples to give them each week, like the Biggest Loser gets a sample. You know, I have a little sample basket of stuff. And the $20 goes in the pot for the Biggest Loser. I do my own little Biggest Loser challenge with them, and they really like it. Accountability is different. So my accountability challenge, they all pay $20 into it. I don't get the $5 because I'm not there teaching it every week. They don't get the prize. But I have a Facebook group, and each week I teach them a little class in that Facebook group. I don't teach it live. I do something printed. Yeah. What? It's timer? It's time?
No, just telling you. 10 minutes.
Oh, thank
So
you.
I was telling you.
I love it. Ryan's my guy. So let's pause there and see if you guys have any questions for me, because I know I talk super fast, but that is like that's my crash course to a wellness profile. Anyway.
She's used to it with me because I talk fast too.
Okay, good.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I really understood the 3,500 thing. The
Okay.
calorie thing.
So 1 pound to lose 1 pound, you'd have to subtract 3,500. 1 pound equals 3,500
1
pound of
calories.
fat is 3,500 calories, yeah.
Babe, did you?
Is it also gained too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So for a whole week.
Well, I'm breaking it into a week.
Okay, so
So it could be
3,500.
any time. If I go out right now and smash 3,500 calories
Damn.
right now, I'm gonna gain a pound.
Damn.
Oh, actual
Yeah.
fat, not
Damn.
food volume.
Well,
That's
some
big,
competitive
big.
eaters can eat like that once or twice and
But
lose
then
it
the
all
rest,
away.
but the rest of the week though, they're in a massive deficit. So
Exactly.
you could do that, you could still lose weight throughout the week, but if you're keeping track of your calories, as long as you're in a 3,500 calorie deficit throughout the whole week, you can still lose weight.
So for every single
It's an
person.
average.
Yeah.
Okay, so for every single person, you're like, 3,500 calories you have to take away from, like, their days.
If
throughout
they
the
wanna
whole
lose a
week.
pound a week.
Okay, if they wanna lose a pound a week, so that's
So that's why I
average.
divide it.
Okay.
It's not, so it's an average in a week, but the science says 3,500 calories equals 1 pound.
Okay,
So that's it, the math is calories in, calories out. There's no changing that. So if I eat 1,400 calories and I burn 1,400, I'm gonna stay the same. I'm not really losing.
mhm,
Now, if I consistently every day for a week go 500 calories over what I'm burning,
mhm,
I'm gonna gain a pound.
okay,
That's where people gain because they're consistently eating over that. So it's all about consistency. That's why we're breaking it up into 7 days because we're telling them, I just want you to subtract. I don't want you to look at it like 3,500 calories because somebody can say, well, I want to lose 2 pounds this month. Well, then 2 times 3,500, that's 7,000. And then we divide that by 30. So it's like, I don't know, 150 calories. So every day, make sure you're in a deficit of 150 calories. You're going to lose 2 pounds this month.
okay,
You know, so like 3,500 equals, but most people want to know how much pounds am I going to lose a week, in a
Okay.
week.
Yeah, and if they're open to movement, I mean, even just steps, if you even did 10,000 steps a day, that's extra.
It'll increase.
That's like a 300 to 500 calories that you can easily burn from just doing steps, not.
Now,
doing
some
it.
people though, who are already doing steps though, and they get on your scale and they're at that resting metabolic rate, that counts that in. That's what their rate is that day for what they're doing. They have to go above and beyond that. And you remember, if somebody's at 1,400, you can't subtract 500
right,
Yeah, it's-
because it gets them 900. You can only subtract 300
yeah,
or even 200. Because most of the time people need to get about 120 grams of protein to get that lean muscle. So that's a 1,200 calorie diet. Unless they're doing a lot of fish, chicken, tuna. I mean, because all that's lower. So like I said, my
It's gonna
rule
raise your
is
metabolism.
100 calories, 10 grams of protein. So our Bev mix is like a little bit with that other rule, like because it's 70 calories and 15 grams of protein,
Yeah.
just like tuna is. So if they eat super lean, and let's say they're getting 150 grams of protein and they're only at 1,000 calories, I mean, they may feel full.
yeah,
So have them eat some veggies. Maybe they, I mean, I don't like to teach that they should go into that low of a calorie deficit,
Yeah.
but they're also eating super healthy and a lot of protein.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, I mean, some people can do that. They
So it's
can,
a kind of,
yeah, I mean, a lot of people are gonna come to you and be like, yeah, I'm doing tuna and fish and, you know, I'm doing all that tomorrow and do it consistently. But I bet if you guys did it for a week and you did 1,000 calories, but you hit 180 grams of
Yeah.
protein, I mean, you're gonna feel full and you're gonna lose
Yeah.
weight. I don't teach it 'cause it's extreme.
yeah.
yeah, it's kind of.
It's not the, yeah, it's not the
It puts your
norm.
body
Because
in shock.
eventually you're gonna wanna go back to like your meat.
Yeah, and then you eat a carb and you're gonna feel like crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. So if you have someone that's like heavier and works out so much, and let's say like their metabolic weight's like 1,800, and then you minus 500, and so that'd be 1,300, and they work out so much, would you still have them do 1,300?
What's so much? Like, what are they burning in
Like
calories?
really, like classes, like, I burn like probably 500 to 700 calories in a class.
I tell them that if they're burning 300 calories, don't eat the 300 back. If they're eating, or if they're burning more than that, then eat some back. 300 calories is fine to burn and not have to eat it back. I can do that walking incline 30 minutes. I don't have to eat that back. But if you're and they need to have a carb, and a carb's gonna be higher calories, lower protein. They need to have a carb. If they're working out like that, if if you're working out like that,
Mhm.
or you can try the ketones.
Okay, yeah,
It's
smart.
brand new.
Thank you.
Anybody else have questions? It's really just practicing. It truly is. It's just practicing.
So
Ryan?
this might sound like a dumb question, but
Never.
like, so when you're looking at the different flavors of shakes
Mm-hmm.
and they want a flavor, but it's out of stock, how would you go about having them choose a different flavor, or how would you go about
It doesn't happen often, especially with the catalog.
Okay.
I
I
But-
mean, let's say they wanted blueberry pancake, but they're persistent on, oh, I want blueberry pancake, but we don't
I
have it,
mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if they're like, the only one I like is blueberry pancake, I
Yeah,
don't like any of the
exactly.
flavors, just say, well, it's that vanilla, and you're gonna have to blend blueberries into it.
Problem solved.
Yep, it'll be a blended shake every single morning. If you can
Yep.
blend it and you have the time, a stay-at-home mom might say, hey, that's no problem. Someone who runs out of the house may say, it's not gonna work for me. Well, let's find something that does. How about
Right.
strawberry cheesecake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can tell them, well, can you blend it at night? Stick it in your freezer, get it out to thaw while you're getting ready for
Yeah.
work?
That's what
Is
we
that
usually
good?
do.
No?
Okay, I was
I don't shake it.
I've
Probably
never
not.
suggested that, being honest.
It's not terrible. I just would rather shake mine.
So I used to do that in the factory life. I'd make both of my shakes
Yeah.
in the morning. I had my 9 a.m. shake and I had my 3:30 shake. And I loved my
Did it taste
3:30
freezer
shake.
burnt?
No, it was sitting in the fridge, like,
Oh,
it
fridge.
melted and everything.
Yeah.
I
They
love
get a
my
little
3:30
foamy,
shake.
but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh,
But it
you
goes
mean
down
after you
faster.
freeze them, you put them in the
No,
fridge?
I never freeze them.
No.
I blend them with ice and I just stick them in the fridge.
Wow.
So maybe a little stir and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I've had some
They
people
don't
say
down
it's
faster.
fine.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Bad.
I just don't love it, cause I would just rather shake it. That's the big thing about Herbalife, just get some water.
Yeah.
So,
I just do like ice cold water, shake it up, drink it.
I like that.
That's the key point though, ice cold. I just gotta make sure it's ice cold.
I just like my bottle under the fridge.
So if somebody
That,
comes
yeah.
to you after being out, we're gonna be.
I just have
I just
water.
fill,
I
I
just-
fill a cup up or I put a
Yeah.
bottle of water in the
What
fridge.
would you
Mm.
do
That way
to
in the
help
morning
them
I
get
just
past the
put
plateau?
water.
Because I
Whereas
feel
the bottle
like
blender's already
some
with
people
the
are
cold
used
water.
to.
Pretty much.
So
Yeah,
Allie is
sorry.
asking, hey babe, can you hold up, cause we need to
Yeah.
close this up at 7:30, then you can. Allie is asking about what would you do with someone who's been doing the program and they have a plateau and you need to suggest something different for them. First, I would ask them to food log. I need to see a food log.
Like a week?
A real one, yes,
Okay.
for a week. I need to see a food log. Cause I feel like people are not as consistent as they say that they
I
are.
was about to say that.
So that's the first thing. Second, if they do a food log, then you can look and see what are they missing. A lot of people may need to just up their calories for a weekend and then go back down to their normal to shock their system a little bit because they've been low calorie deficit and they're in that plateau. They might just need a little up. But it's gonna be different for everybody, but I'd have them, they need to write it down.
Okay.
Yeah, or even if they're like doing the 2 shakes, 2 snacks in a meal, and they're not getting a lot of fats, adding in like some
Yeah.
healthy fats.
Like
Yep.
chia seeds or something.
Yep.
That's what Lisa even shared with Kaylee one time, and yeah.
Sure.
Which the new shake
Good.
has
Some healthy
the
fats.
healthy
I've been
fats, it
freaking
has the
loving it.
superfoods, and it has the fiber, because sometimes people aren't getting enough fiber.
Right.
So ask them, are you going to the bathroom every day? Like, how's that going? Are you feeling bloated? Are you getting enough water? You gotta
Yeah,
see all
sometimes
that.
you just need to like ask those questions instead
Yes.
of like revamping the whole plan.
Yeah.
Trey, did you have a question?
No. No.
This was
Awesome.
good.
Dark chocolate
Thank you.
coconut with the new Helio.
Oh,
I
I
tried
just
the
got the
Helio
Helio
today.
tonight.
Was it
So
good?
good.
It's thick.
I didn't try it yet.
It's thick. It tastes like it's a little less sweeter than
It's like a
Brazil.
fudge pop.
If
but
you
it
guys
has the
have
consistency of
questions
Brazil.
though, and you gotta go,
It's
you can
good.
message me. I want you guys to be successful. A wellness profile is the best way to get